Welcome back, know-it-alls. Thanks for listening to the show, and as always, give us some feedback about what we are doing so we can make sure you're having a good time listening to us.
But we are recording this one.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Video chat.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, for us, it's in a couple of days, but for everyone else, it is New Year's Day.
Or
fucking God, 2022 is over.
Or by the time I upload this after editing, it could be 1 or 2 weeks after New Year's Day. So, hey,
That's a surprise then.
If you already celebrated New Year's, awesome. If you haven't celebrated New Year's, awesome. All I know is 2023 is this will be the first episode of 2023. So whenever you get it, you get it.
I don't know where my mind went there. I was wandering.
Oh, I just don't have time to edit it in the next 2 days. So these people are gonna have to wait. I mean, I did 2 within 2 weeks. The last 2 are like, usually I space them 2 weeks apart. I did 1 a week, and because I needed one on Christmas Day. Had to do Christmas Day. Right?
Yeah.
Had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't have it in me to edit this. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, happy belated New Year's.
Unless someone wants to throw me some money. You want to pay me? I will upload and edit a podcast every day if I get paid. So, you people listening, throw me some money and you get an episode every day. Yeah?
He's accepting tips.
And the shaft. All the way to the balls.
All of it.
Yeah, I'll take dick pics as a payment. That'd be pretty funny.
What would you do with the dick pics?
Send them to girls and pretend it's mine.
I think they'd be on to you, though, like when they actually see you in person.
Yeah, they'd be like,
wait, this looks different. It was black in the picture.
Right? Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to send the black one first. I want to entice them to, want to sleep with me. And then I'll just make sure the lights are turned off when we get down to business, so they can't really tell.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how that works, right? I've never had sex, so I don't know.
Like you've never had sex at all.
Well, I mean, twice. I've got 2 kids.
Or with a guy.
Well, I've never done that either. Definitely got to do that one in the dark. I just don't want to kiss them. I don't want like a bearded dude touching my bearded face. I don't know. Just.
Oh, your hair is getting like stuck together.
Yeah, it's not
all
sexy.
Tangled.
It's not sexy.
I mean, nose.
Unless that's your jam and you think that's sexy, then hey, more power to you. It's just not sexy to me.
Well, I love a beard.
Yeah, but you don't have a beard.
No, I don't.
Would you like a beard?
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really tell. There's the pop filter. Oh yeah, no, you don't have a beard. Good for you. Nice.
No, smooth chin. I don't know. My upper lip has a bit, but I'm human.
You gotta live with that.
I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
All right. I guess we're talking about New Year's since we made a big fucking deal about it.
Well, yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. Let's get down to business.
If I had known, I would have just well, I figured everybody would be hungover when they're listening to this, but maybe they still will be.
Well, if they're listening to it and they live on the prairies, they're probably hungover every day because that's all they do out here is drink.
There you go.
Right?
That's very true. Very, very well. What else is there to do?
Cocaine, drink.
Oh, geez. I wasn't even thinking about other drugs.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's lots of meth.
Yeah, there's lots of big jacked up trucks and skidoos, so they go sledding a lot.
Yeah.
They go ice fishing a lot.
Ice fishing, yeah, to the lake.
Yeah, I mean they can't get away from the lake.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if you took the people from out here and you brought them to like a nice lake. You bring them to like Okanagan Lake. You think they're gonna be like, I'm not going back to that shithole in the prairies? What the fuck? Why would I spend money? Oh my god, people live like this? And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
In nice places with nice lakes, it's worth it. Where you go, stop spending your time and money there.
But it's just, I think it's a lot of it is the idea of it. It's like a getaway. It's their escape.
It's their
They're
escape to go
escaping
with
their
their friends
life.
and family to drink, which is what they do in town. They're not escaping shit. They're doing
But
the
they think
exact.
they are.
Oh my God, you can't fix stupid, right? You can't. You can't.
Overly populated lake, beaches. I'm going to get away.
I guess I'll have to take their word for it. Anyway, New Year's
Yeah.
Eve or New Year's Day? New Year's Eve? What are we talking about?
New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, New
New
Year, New
Year
Year.
resolutions, stuff like that.
Yeah, like New Year's is kind of a drinking holiday. It used to be one of my favorites. That was my time. Like Christmas was for family and being on your best behavior and, all of that. And then New Year's, you can actually go out and let loose and celebrate and have a good time.
But
Let
is
your
it?
hair down. And it's like you're expected to be obliterated.
Yeah, but is it a celebration for anything of substance, or is it just like, hey, it's New Year's, woohoo, celebrate? Like does it mean anything?
Yeah. No.
But you're
Time is a
expected to do it. You're
construct.
expected to go get
Yeah.
wasted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm always at work. New Year's Eve and Halloween are like month end things for me, and I haven't had one of
Hmm.
them in like 20 years. So I
Yeah.
I can't even remember a New Year's party that I ever went to. I can't even think about it. Like there's nothing, which is fine, but also sad.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of feeling a little bit sad because I had a lot of fun on New Year's. Like everybody's in, it's a certain vibe, they're excited, happy. There's a lot of kissing at midnight.
Wait a minute. Now I'm sad that I missed it. I was at work and people were
Yeah.
kissing.
Hmm. Yeah. Like even kissing strangers. Like I've kissed a few strangers on New Year's Eve.
You know you're not allowed to do that anymore, right?
Well, not against their will or anything. It was like Happy New Year, and then you have a smooch, a hug and a
Oh,
smooch.
that's not what I was picturing.
You don't
I was
hug and smooch?
I was just
What were
picturing
you
you.
picturing?
I was picturing you like stalking somebody, like walking down the street, and it turns to New Year's, and they're like wasted coming home from a party, and
Yes.
you just like jump on them, and you start making out with them. You're like, Happy New Year, and they're like, what the fuck
Just
is going on here,
just dive out from the bushes.
right? So that's what I'm
What do
picturing. I
you
was like,
think of
that's
me?
oh, you just heard what I think of you.
Yeah.
You don't need an
Yeah. I
answer. You
think you
just
have
got
me
the answer.
confused. Or are you projecting? Are you projecting right now?
No, no, I told you I work on New Year's. I can't even think about, molesting somebody from a bush
Stalking
walking home
somebody.
after a New Year's party. It's not a thing that I would. I mean, I kind of want to do it now. Now, if I know there's girls like you hanging out in bushes waiting to attack drunk guys coming home from parties, I should
No, no,
probably.
no. That wasn't about me. That wasn't about me.
Oh,
I don't do that.
yet? You have a couple days to think about it.
Why would I need to
Well, it's not about needing, it's about wanting.
about wanting
Yeah, not
hiding in the
needing.
bushes? No, I'm not interested in trying to trap a guy or you know, snag
Ah,
one in that fashion. I just like them to all stay where they are.
no. Yeah, you definitely fit into 2022. Separate
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. No, you
No.
just stay over there. We're good. We're good.
So you don't have a New Year's party this year, or do you?
No, no, I'm hanging out with the kids this year because my ex is working, so
Is he working, or did he lie and is he actually going to a New Year's party?
no, well, he's
Oh
he's
wait,
on call.
hear me out.
He's on call, so
He
he
lied.
will be working.
No, no, he's gonna be hanging out in a bush. He's like, I'm gonna do that thing April does because it sounds like fun. Except it's gonna be with girls and not guys. Maybe depends who walks down the street. So he's trying to figure out his sexuality right now, and he's just gonna be hiding in the bushes, waiting for unsuspecting drunk dudes to walk by, just to test the waters. And then he can tell you he got
Yeah, and
called
I
into
would be
work.
none the wiser.
You wouldn't. And, until your kids go visit their dad and they're like, Dad's got a new friend named Gary, and he's over an awful lot. I think he lives there, but Dad has a 1-bedroom apartment right now. That's weird, Gary and Dad spend a lot of time together.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, sorry.
so I was actually going to share some hangover tips to all the people on New Year's Day that had hangovers.
All right.
But
You
I
were
guess
going to?
it'll suffice for it'll suffice for any hangover
Yeah, hangover's a
because
hangover.
it's winter. It's winter. I mean, what else is there to do but drink?
You live in the prairies. It's the only thing to do. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the number one thing, I think we've all heard this, is hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog. So like a hangover is kind of caused when your blood alcohol level starts to drop and you have all these symptoms that come from it, like headache, diarrhea, fatigue, nausea, shaking.
So that's just
Sometimes like you're sweating.
so that's just you peeing out so much because you keep drinking, but you're not replenishing it with any sort of like good liquid like water or anything with electrolytes, right?
Yeah, well, that's coming up.
Oh,
That's
oh
coming
my.
up.
I figured that's what caused the
Yeah, so
hangover.
hair of the dog, hair of the dog. Have another drink the next day. It's supposed to help ease the symptoms.
But like one
But
drink?
you want to be careful. One, yeah, usually one is good enough.
I
One or
can't.
two.
Can you see a rum and coke at 9 in the morning actually making your hangover better for the day? Do you think that would actually
You're waking
solve?
up at 9. I mean, usually I don't wake up till around noon if I have a hangover.
Oh, sorry. I've always got to work. So for me, it's always,
Yeah, you've always had to work.
yeah. So being hungover and going to work is probably why I don't drink because I work
Hmm.
almost every fucking day. And I
Yeah.
don't want to be
Yeah, it's
hungover.
not fun working with a hangover. I've done it.
Yeah.
Or showing up the next morning and you're still tipsy and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be a fun day.
Yep. I've done both and it's less fun than you think it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah, the hangover starts to happen around noon and you're like, oh my God. So hair of the dog, have another drink the next day, and it's supposed to help with kind of that withdrawal, whatever that you're going through. And now number two is drink fluids. So drinking kind of a ratio of like 1 to 1. So like a glass of water with an
Yeah.
alcoholic beverage. Um, and also that helps so you're not drinking quite as hard. So you're
I
drinking a bit of water in between.
I always like to mix my water cups in between my drinking. Like I said, I
Hmm.
always work. So being hungover sucks. So I try and avoid it. Like I got drunk on
Yeah.
Christmas Eve this year. I didn't have to work the next day. That's why I
Yeah.
did it. But I didn't drink too much. I had like 12 drinks over like 5 hours. So it's not too much.
Hmm.
And I was fine the next day. I mean, I remember getting up at like 7. I was like, I'm not getting out of bed. Fuck this. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And I went, popped a Tylenol, drank a glass of water, went pee, went back to bed, woke up at 9:30. I was like, oh, I feel fucking great. So I needed more
Hmm.
sleep. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like drinking alcohol, it disrupts your sleep, whether you know it or not.
Do you have
Okay, number 3. Oh, sorry, what?
I was going to say, do we have a third?
Oh,
But you just
I'm
said,
just getting there.
you just said number
Number
3.
3. Number 3. Get some carbohydrates into your system. So drinking may lower your blood sugar levels. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those hard words.
Yeah, you've had
How
a
do you say
problem.
it?
You've had a problem Englishing before.
Theoretically.
There we go.
I
Done.
always have a problem Englishly. Englishly?
Englishing.
Englishing. Yes, I always have a problem with it.
So
Some
like,
of the fatigue and headaches of a hangover may be from a brain working without enough of its main fuel. So eat some bread, what else is carbohydrates? Bread, pasta,
all starches. Yeah, like potatoes, rice.
pizza. Yeah.
Are you telling me I could eat my favorite things to not be hungover?
Yeah, it'll help.
That
It'll
sounds
help.
awesome.
Toast and juice is really good. Like toast and orange juice
Think about it. You just
and
said pizza
vodka.
and
No,
pasta, and then you said toast. Who the fuck would
toast.
choose
Yeah.
toast over pizza or pasta? Seriously. Who?
Well, if it's like you're stumbling home and it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, you want to be making a big pot of pasta. So just have a couple slices of toast before you hit the hay or in the morning
Could you just have
the
bread?
next day.
Or
Yeah,
does
you
or
can
does the
just have
toaster
bread.
make it better?
Well, yeah, because then it's toast.
Yeah, but then you have to work for it. You already talked about stumbling home at 3 in the morning. The last thing I want to do is
You
use
can
any sort of
totally
equipment.
just have bread. You
Bread
can
and
just
butter?
have bread.
Oh, a peanut butter and
Yeah.
jelly sandwich with a glass of milk.
Yeah,
Fuck.
there you go.
I would love that to be my hangover cure because I love peanut butter jelly and a glass of milk. I feel bad for vegans. I can't imagine the vegan peanut butter or vegan
Mm.
milk taste anything like a peanut butter and jelly with milk. You don't drink milk, right?
Yeah. No, I do. I drink lactose-free milk.
And do you think it tastes good? Does it taste like
Yeah,
milk?
it is milk. It's just it has a bunch of lactase in it to process out all that
Hmm.
shit.
I'm gonna have to believe you because I'm not gonna try it.
Well, it's real milk. It is from
I
a fucking cow.
I
It
just
just
I have
has
to
a little tablet of lactase in it
I, I have to believe you.
to already
I have to
process.
believe you. I mean, I bought
It tastes
lactose.
the same.
I bought lactose-free yogurt.
Yeah.
I was like one of those
And
little packs for kids for school, like the
oh
Iogo
yeah.
or Iugo. I don't know what it's called.
Those don't taste any different. The yogurt tastes the same to me.
Yeah, and the kid's mom was like, "Why'd you buy lactose free?" I was like, "Because I needed yogurts and they didn't have any of the regular, so I bought this." And I ate one and it tasted like yogurt. So just quiet,
Yeah, it is yogurt.
don't
It
mention it to the
is
kids,
yogurt.
and they're not gonna fucking know because they're not gonna read it. They don't care.
My kids eat lactose-free stuff all the time. It's way better for their stomach. My son kind of suffers with it a bit, any kind of dairy. So lactose-free is the actual dairy product. It is not a byproduct. It's
All right.
not
Okay.
made out of nuts or anything.
Holy fuck, man. Stop jumping down my throat. I said I'd have to believe you. You don't have to convince me. I said I have to believe you. Okay?
I was just educating, but I guess I was jumping down your throat. So let's move on.
Yeah, I guess so. But now my feelings
So
are hurt.
number 4. Aw.
It's
Oh,
like you don't think I can
don't
listen.
jump.
Oh,
You
never.
have specifically told me you don't.
Sorry, what? I
You
wasn't
have
listening.
actually said it.
Fair enough.
Avoid darker colored alcoholic beverages.
Really?
So like, yeah, drinking clear liquors like vodka, gin.
You? No.
I don't know about wine. White wine, I think though, is a little bit better than the darker wine.
I don't drink a lot of wine, so I'll have to trust you on that. But maybe that's why Russians don't ever seem
Really?
to be
Should I
hungover.
convince you?
No, stop jumping down my throat, okay? I already said no. Yeah, with the
You like stuff in your
I
throat.
do just cram it all the way in there. Do you think maybe that's why you never see like hungover Russians? They're just always drunk. Like, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
They're doing the clears and the hair of the dog. That's it. That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Kind of
and I
jealous.
also heard like mixing with pop or really sugary kind of drinks makes a hangover worse.
Hmm. So on ice, I
There's so
guess, or
much you're
just
drinking so much, like say 12 drinks, that's like
I went
12
through
pops.
I went through a 2 liter. Yeah.
Yeah.
A 2 liter and
Yeah, in
12
one
shots.
night, you know. And
Yeah,
that's
it's a
not
lot.
something that you would typically do any other time.
No, I'm like I'll have a pop like once every 3 days. So yeah, a 2 liter in one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so it's a lot of sugar. You're consuming a lot of sugar. So number 5, take a pain reliever. Well, of course, but they say not Tylenol.
Why's that?
So taking aspirin, ibuprofen, or Motrin.
Hmm.
Because Tylenol, it might irritate your stomach. It's already irritated. And it's hard for your liver to process Tylenol, and your liver's already working overtime.
Huh.
So,
I only have ibuprofen in my house, so I mean, I'm already ahead of the game here. But it's nice to know
yeah.
why Tylenol doesn't work,
hmm
or it might make it
Yeah.
work.
And then I've heard Tylenol is hard on your stomach. So, well, number six is drinking coffee or tea. So, caffeine might not have any special hangover powers, but it
Yeah.
stimulates you and it helps kind of fight off that brain fog and the grogginess and gives you a little kickstart. So
Hmm.
I can't drink coffee the next day. It's
Like
too hard on the stomach.
like all day or just while you're hungover?
Like, well, I don't drink coffee.
No, I'm with
Very
you.
rarely. Barely rare.
Coffee
Yeah.
always hurts my stomach,
I
so I try
I
and avoid
do
it.
I drink tea though, but a lot of like herbal teas.
I'm
I
a tea
like the
drinker,
flavored.
but I like sugar.
hmm
Most tea should be bitter. My teas are sweet. Nah, I don't know.
Really? No, I put sugar in my tea.
Yeah, but I'm like five sugars, in a cup of tea, not like
Oh,
one sugar.
yeah. It's like maybe one sugar.
Yeah.
I can drink some of them without, but I cannot put cream in it. And I know some people do like to have cream in their tea.
Like because of lactose or because you just don't want the cream in it?
No, no, I don't like the taste.
Hmm.
Creamy tea is not my thing. So the last tip is vitamin B and zinc. And I've actually done this is like take a vitamin B before you go to bed or first thing when you wake up. And zinc. I haven't heard about the zinc before.
I never take vitamins. I mean, sometimes if I see a Flintstones vitamin in the cupboard and the kids want it, then I eat one because fucking Flintstones vitamins.
They're
But
so tasty.
yeah, other than that, I never eat vitamins.
I take a vitamin every day.
Hmm. I wonder if I'm getting the right nutrients from my diet and the sunlight that the vitamins aren't necessary, or am I lacking in a lot of vitamins because I just don't take vitamins or eat properly or enjoy the sun? Hmm.
You know, I think most people get enough in their diet.
I think my diet's pretty good. A
Although,
lot of veggies, a
yeah,
lot of
I mean,
bread.
I guess not if you're eating a bunch of fast food and junk food all the time,
I
but
wish. Man, when I'm on vacation and I eat trash, I don't feel good, but it sure does taste good. You know?
yeah.
Like if I lived on vacation, man, I would be 400 pounds.
I wonder if I could get to 400 pounds.
Do you think we should probably
Probably. I mean,
New Year's
not
resolution
try.
2023?
Oh man, that would take a lot of work. I don't have it. No, I don't have it in me. That would be a lot of eating.
Yeah, a lot of eating really
That's
delicious
all.
things. Like deep fried bacon. Like you're just eating.
Who's gonna make it for me?
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to.
If somebody cooked for me,
You just gotta find
I
a
wouldn't
guy.
have time to cook and eat and gain 400 pounds.
Go
That's
find
a lot.
go find a chubby chaser and say, "Hey, you want to bang a fat chick? I want you to cook for me, and I will become said fat chick."
Yeah.
And then you'd be proud of who you are. He'd be happy he's with you, and everyone's happy, right?
Yeah. Except I'm not gonna.
Well, if your 2024 resolution is to lose all that weight, then no big deal. Just plan ahead,
Oh, and have like a big comeback and then
right?
like write a book or
Yeah,
something.
like do like video every day,
Uh,
like recording yourself eating to get really big, and then record yourself not eating and exercising to get really small. You could have your own YouTube channel, your own
yeah, I
OnlyFans,
wonder.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if anybody would be interested in that.
I don't know. There's people interested in really weird things, so I mean that's not weird at all.
Yeah. Yeah, like mukbangs. Have you heard of those?
Sorry, what does that mean?
Mukbang?
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 No.
hmm So on YouTube,
Yeah.
it's people and they sit around and eat massive amounts of food, like huge piles of spaghetti
Yeah.
or like shitload of fries. Like it's like a buffet. and they just eat on camera. And it's super popular.
So are they getting paid for this, or are they just doing it?
Or I'd imagine they'd be getting something from YouTube or sponsors or whatever, you know.
So what you're saying is I could sit at home and eat and someone would pay me?
Yeah, maybe not a lot to start with. You got to build up your fan base and
Huh.
whatnot.
That
Your following.
sounds easier than going to work. No? You wake up and
Yeah.
just shove your face full of food? Easy peasy.
Yeah, and there's one guy, I'm trying to think of his name, but I cannot. Something
Fatty,
avocado,
Fatty McFatterson.
something. No, but this guy started out as a vegan
Yeah.
and started doing YouTube videos, and then he got into mukbangs or mukbangs. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right,
Is
but
he eating all vegan
mukbang.
food?
And no, he gave up being a vegan and he started doing the mukbangs, and he gained, like, he's over 300 pounds
Huh.
and, has some health issues and
Oh,
whatnot.
you don't say. Health issues because they're shoving their face full of food. That's odd.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still,
But
how
there's
much
one that
money?
one I like to watch. She just tells the most interesting stories while she's eating. Anyway, way off track.
Well, no, it's the New Year's resolution. We were trying to become really big. So it's right on track.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna.
No, I mean, it's a New Year's resolution. I'm not going to do it anyway because I don't believe that. Because, I mean, if you're not willing to do it right now and you have to plan to do it for next year, you're an unmotivated
Yeah.
piece of shit. Like if you're not doing it right now, why would you start in 3 days? Just do it
Yeah,
now.
why do you think it's gonna be any different then?
No, new year, new me. New year, new me. Shut the fuck up. You're still a lazy piece of shit. Just
I'm like, I've been working on a new me for like the last 3 years straight.
yeah. So
It's
when's
not
it
a
gonna happen?
New Year, new me thing.
Yeah.
It's been ongoing.
Do you think you're ever gonna achieve new year, new you? Or just new you?
I am new me. I've been new me for a while.
Oh, I hadn't noticed. Sorry.
Well, that's because you don't pay attention.
Yeah, it's because I'm a moron. Openly
And
admit
we
it. I
don't
mean,
see each other all that often.
that's true. So, but it wasn't a resolution, right? You just said, "Hey, new me, fuck this, old one, gone."
Yeah.
Yeah. See that's
Yeah.
that's what you
Sick
need.
of life, sick of toxic people, just making major changes and creating a bubble.
And you decided to do that not as a New Year's resolution, but as a make April's life better starting right now resolution.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
achieving it.
Yeah.
Good. Because planning to change on a certain day just gives you days up to that point where you don't have to do the thing you want to do.
Yeah.
You're just delaying it, man. Just fucking do it. Time is such
Yeah.
a
And it's,
life waster, you know?
mhm.
You don't have a lot of it. So why are you wasting it planning to do something when you could literally be doing it right now?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Because if you start planning it, then maybe you start overthinking.
yeah. Just got to do it.
Yeah.
I'm a go-getter.
And really yeah.
Yeah.
You're a take action kind of guy.
Yeah, like I'm in a bush and there's a guy walking wasted and I want to make out with him and I just jump him and I do it. Right? I'm a taker.
Yeah.
That's who I am. I learned about that from a girl once who does that on New Year's Eve. But whatever.
New Year's
That's
Eve. Yeah.
That's neither here nor there.
Well, I have some little tales of New Year's Eve parties if you want to hear some.
Yeah, I got some time. I have no New Year's Eve parties to tell, stories to tell about parties because I never went.
No, because you always work.
So go. And
You don't even know what happens at New Year's Eve parties.
I'm assuming it's the same thing that happens at all other parties.
Like you stand around in a circle and you all hold hands and you sing Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
And then like you hug and you kiss and you know.
Well, I didn't know that existed. So now I'm sad again, knowing I missed out on all the kissing.
Hmm. Yeah. But that's a tradition is kissing somebody on New Year's Eve at the stroke of midnight.
That's a little weird. If I'm going to be stroking, I'm going to be doing something else. You know what I'm saying?
And
There might be kissing
not
involved.
necessarily at midnight.
That's true. I mean, I'm a go-getter. Start early. Why plan for midnight when I could be doing it at 8?
I could be doing it now.
Sorry, what do we got here? You got New Year's Eve parties gone wrong, or
Yeah, well, just kind of embarrassing. Too much alcohol stories and whatnots.
I've lived that life.
So yeah, my friend really went through it the other year. So New Year's Eve, she drank way too much, way too early in the evening. Then she went into the bedroom to lie down. But instead of lying down, she threw up all over every single coat that was piled on top of the bed. She
Fucking
was so
legend.
embarrassed that she just like all over. Oh, that would be so gross. Could you imagine
Oh,
going to pick up your coat at the end of the night?
oh my God.
Be pissed.
Yeah.
She was so embarrassed. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. She was so embarrassed that she locked herself in the only bathroom for the remainder of the party. Oh, we all had to go to a neighbor's apartment to use the bathroom for the rest of the night. She didn't come out until around 2:30 a.m. when almost everyone had left.
So did they not know it was her, or
Oh,
did
why
they
didn't
know?
they break down the door and remove her from the party? Because she's spoiling it.
Yeah. I mean, at least the people that show up early are usually frowned upon. But if you showed up early to that party, your jacket's on the bottom of the pile, you might be safe
Yeah.
from the puke.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, unless it had time to kind of soak through. It
perfect.
would depend how liquidy it is, you know. How
Oh,
much did she have to drink? It's a
so
lot of
gross.
liquid.
And what did she have to eat that day? I don't
Oh,
want to think about it.
yeah. We'll move on.
Yes, we will.
So coming home from a New Year's party, last year we stopped for pizza. There was a super drunk guy in front of us in line. He told us he paid for our pizza. He made a big deal out of it, then fumbled the machine, almost forgot his card, and dropped his pizza box on the floor.
Nice.
We asked the cashier if he had really paid for our pizza. She double checked and said, actually, he didn't even pay for his own pizza.
Uh,
We paid for it.
oh, that's awesome.
That's funny. That guy. Hey, I bet you he thought he paid for it, though. I'm
That guy
paying
is
it forward.
that guy's living the dream.
Our one drunk buddy tried to shoot a firework while holding it in his mouth. I don't think he'll be trying that again. He tightened it too hard, so the firework never flew. Instead, it exploded right in his mouth.
Holy fuck.
He ended up with his face completely black from the powder and some pretty nasty burns. Two policemen were standing next to us when this happened. They told him it was the stupidest thing they had seen all year. And that's all year. Oh man, firework mishap. I don't even really like holding those Roman candles when they're going off.
Did you ever drive around and shoot them out of the car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like the sunroof.
Yeah.
We used to
Yeah.
shoot them at each other.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah, that
then
was. I was thinking, were you there for that? Yeah, the carload to carload. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, yeah, I was there.
Or the one
And
time
then the orchard.
I put it in a mailbox, like the kind of the little
Yeah.
lid that you flip
Yeah.
down, and it was just shooting out
Yeah.
into the street. I'm like, that's achieving nothing. I thought it would be cool somehow, but it's like I'm a moron. I'm picturing somebody
Yeah.
inside their house looking out of their mailbox and fireworks just keep shooting out of it. Oh, hopefully I didn't burn their mail. Meh.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know if there was mail in the
Yeah.
mailbox. We didn't check.
No, we're assholes.
Well, we were back then.
No, I'm still an asshole. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I've learned to
All
live with it.
right.
And
Well,
I
I'm not.
well, give it time. It'll come back.
You think?
I think so.
I'm
Yeah.
trying really hard. Trying really hard.
To not be an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, if you have to try really hard to not be an asshole, guess what? You're still an asshole.
Yeah, but people don't see it.
Yeah. Oh, she's tried so hard. It's okay if she's an asshole. She's trying.
No, I'm not an asshole.
Well, of
I'm
course not. You
not.
you willingly just give kisses to dudes in bushes walking down the street. That's a nice thing, right?
Yeah.
You're doing a
Or
service.
girls.
Or yeah, whatever, right? It doesn't really matter. As long as
Yeah,
one.
like New Year's Eve, there was like the ladies wanted a smooch too.
Yeah.
So I woke up New Year's Day, only a couple hours after passing out around 7 a.m. I smashed my face into the wall next to the bed I was sleeping in, got a really bad bloody nose, and decided or went to the bathroom. So I put a bunch of toilet paper in my nose as both sides were bleeding heavily. I then decided, might as well go pee while I'm here. So, oh no, it's this English shit again. Somebody else is writing. I'm trying to read somebody else's writing. So while in the bathroom, I decide it's a good idea to smoke a bowl. I go to smoke the bowl, and the toilet paper catches on fire.
Nice.
I didn't notice right away. It took a second for it all to click. I was still a bit drunk. So I ripped the paper from my nose, blood splattered all over the wall, and my nose got a nasty burn.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm kind of jealous of the experiences because it's always a story. Like I'm a sucker for a good
Yeah.
story. So if I can do something
Yeah,
or
me
have something,
too.
right? Something happen to you that it calls for a good story, it's worth whatever the situation is to make the story happen. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. The good drinking stories. There's nothing like them.
as long as you remember them, right? Too
Yeah.
much to drink
But
and
sometimes it's quite interesting when somebody else tells you what you've done the night before.
I don't know. It's been a long time since that's happened to me, and that's probably the reason why I don't do it. I
Yeah.
would rather not be told what I did the night before. I'd rather remember what I did the night before. It's
You'd
a
rather
fine.
they record it and show you,
Well, it's like,
which
that
happens now.
it's true. You don't live it anymore, right? You're not truly
Yeah,
living.
like back in our day,
Yeah.
we could do the craziest shit and there was no proof. Maybe
Yeah.
the odd picture, but
Rarely,
you
but
just
yeah,
tear that up and that's it. It's gone. We were definitely lucky.
I agree. All
You
right.
done? Are you done?
Am I done? Not as done as the dude with the lit on fire face, blood spurting, not as done as he was, but yeah. I think this episode's a wrap. We've learned cures for hangovers. We've learned that some people are
Yeah.
fucking idiots. We learned that I missed out on making out with people on New Year's Eve, and you more than made up for that by making out with everybody on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So
Well, not everybody, but whoever wanted a hug and a kiss.
lucky, lucky. Not me,
Yeah.
just work.
Which is what you'll be doing this New Year's.
Yeah.
I will not be hiding in any bushes
Hmm.
or partying. I'm hanging out with my kids, eating junk food and lactose-free ice cream.
Which tastes the same as regular ice cream?
You did listen.
Just this once.
Yeah.
Just this once.
Yeah. You would enjoy it is what I was getting at. It's
I,
it's really delicious.
I think I'm gonna take the kids to go get some ice cream after this. One of my employees keeps coming into work with a Burger King sundae, and it always looks good. I've never had a sundae from Burger King.
Me neither. I didn't even
Right?
know they had them.
Neither did I, but he comes in with this strawberry or raspberry sundae, like every shift, and it looks fucking amazing. So I'm gonna go take the
Wow.
kids. I mean, if they're not being assholes.
Mhm.
I came home from work and I walk inside and the boy is just like, "When's dinner?" I was like, "When I'm done shoveling the driveway." He's like, "Okay." I was like, "Or you could help and dinner would be quicker." He's like,
Mhm.
"No, thanks." So then I spent an
Yeah,
hour
no.
shoveling the driveway. And then when I come inside, he's like, "I'm hungry." I was like, "You could have eaten half an hour ago if you had helped me fucking shovel." And he's like, "What's for
Yeah.
dinner?" I was like, "I'm making turkey soup. Like I have turkey soup I made. I'm heating it up." He's like, "I don't want that. I had that yesterday." I was like, "All right." So then I made him a Nutella sandwich and some grapes. And he's like, "Well, I want an ice cream sandwich in the freezer." And I was like, "I tell you what, You usually get paid $2 to empty the dishwasher. How about today you empty it, don't get $2, but you get an ice cream sandwich. And he's like, okay.
Oh,
Which, yeah, I mean
compromise.
the box cost I think $9 for 24 of them. So I just made money, not
Yeah.
paying him $2 to
Oh,
empty the dishwasher.
sweet. You made money at home, not at work.
That's right. uh, sorry, you have one more story, right? You said
Yeah.
let's do
Yeah,
it
I
out.
have more.
Let's do it out.
Okay. Okay, went to a New Year's Eve concert where a guy was semi-seen and his band were playing. Oh, a musician. I'm a sucker for a musician. I had planned on surprising him because I originally thought I couldn't make it. Midway through the show, he's like, I'm dedicating this song to a special lady. She said she
Oh,
couldn't make it, but I just spotted her in the audience and I couldn't be happier. My heart was aflutter. He said, Here's to you, Anna. My name is not Anna. He pulled some other girl on stage and starts serenading her. I honestly thought I was going to die then and there. As soon as I could escape, I ran out of the venue, crying all the way down Essex. Stopped in a bodega, bought a six-pack of Coors Light, and drank them on the train ride home. Oh, oh, that's heartbreaking. And she had the build up too, like, oh, he's gonna dedicate a song to me. And then Anna.
so is this typical musician attitude? Typical.
Well, usually musicians have more than one lady in
So
the wings. Yeah.
should she not be expecting that it wasn't her?
Yeah, I wonder where their relationship status was. I think it's just all expectation.
I don't.
She's in a different place than he is, obviously.
Well, I mean, from a guy's point of view, when she said, "I'm not able to make it tonight," I'm gonna go invite somebody else to come. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So
yeah.
she should have assumed that, time for him to call, number two on the list if I'm not going to show up. Or maybe she was number two and he asked number one and she
Yeah.
said she couldn't go, but the number one showed up. I don't, like you said, I don't know their
Yeah.
situation, but as a musician, you probably have to understand that when you're dating one, you're probably not the only one they're dating.
That's right. Yeah,
So,
I would agree.
so she's stupid, but at least she got to enjoy, 6-pack of Coors on the train ride home.
Yeah, she just missed the mark a little bit, you know.
Can you imagine if she was closer to the stage and she just automatically climbed on the stage?
I just
Just
ran
as
up there
just as he's
and
saying,
he's like,
"For
Anna.
Anna," and then he gets security to remove you from the stage.
Oh.
How do you think that conversation is going to go the next day? Do you think she's going to talk to him
Do you think she would? Yeah, I don't know
and
if she
play dumb?
would.
Play dumb that she wasn't even there?
Oh, no, that wasn't me.
Well, he probably didn't see her, right? He was fixated on his girl that he called on stage.
Oh,
But
yeah, that's true.
but
That's true. He didn't actually see her.
what if she's like, I think you're cheating on me, and he's like, I would never. She's like, who's Anna?
Yeah.
And then he's like, how the fuck would you know about Anna? Well, you announced it to
And
the
probably
world.
a lot of videos on social media of him serenading this woman up on stage. That'd be hard to lie about. In 2013, I went to a bar near Washington Square Park in New York City. Paid more than $125 for an open bar, which essentially equated to tipping the bartender $20 every time I went up for a drink because tons of people were trying to be served.
Ugh.
On top of all that, the police were called around 1 a.m. because it turns out the women who were working the coat check were robbing everyone's
Holy
jackets and
shit.
bags. I was stuck waiting until around 4 a.m. to get my coat back before struggling to make my way to my friend's apartment. Needless to say, I've soured on New Year's Eve ever since.
Well,
Yeah, it takes a bad New Year's Eve and then you don't want to go out anymore. You're like, fuck it.
could have been
Fuck
worse.
it.
Her jacket she got back could have been covered in puke, right?
Yeah, exactly. And she might not have been able to use the washroom.
Oh, what the fuck, man? I want to punch that woman in the face. Like,
Who locks themselves in the only bathroom? I'm sure there was other rooms she could have locked herself in.
well, and everybody has to know that she's locked in there, right?
And that she was the one that vomited all over the coats.
I guess I don't know, but maybe it's woman logic. Maybe she's solving the problem by covering her face like an ostrich in the sand. If they
Yeah.
can't see
But
me,
in the
it's
bathroom? Such a
yeah.
popular room at a party.
What if she did something and the toilet couldn't flush, so she was so embarrassed she didn't want to
Oh
leave,
no, yeah. There was
right?
another problem in the bathroom.
She started shoveling the coats down the toilet to get rid of the evidence.
And flooded the
Oh
bathroom.
my
And she's
God.
just in there panicked and trying to bail the water out of the window.
Puke water. Oh my God. I guess yeah, some people have bad New Year's. I guess I'll have to figure it out one day if I go to a party if it's a good one or a bad one. One day.
I'm sure you'll go to a New Year's Eve party at some point.
Hmm. But am I missing out if I don't? Because
I don't think so.
all I hear like tonight from these stories is I shouldn't go to these things. They sound terrible.
Yeah, I have another one.
Okay. Is it
Every year,
terrible?
it could be. I don't know. I think it's a surprise to me too. I don't quite remember it. Every year, I throw a big dinner party on December 31st. I was really excited last year because I'd been dating a guy for a few months and was glad to have someone to kiss when the ball dropped. Oh, I remember. We hadn't talked much between Christmas and New Year's Eve, but I figured he was busy with the holidays. I cooked all day and made a great meal. My guy showed up late, and the party was in full swing. When everyone sat down for dinner, we went around the table and said what we hoped for next year. I said I wanted to take more trips with my boyfriend. Then
Aw.
it was his turn. He sat there silently for a minute. Then he muttered that he couldn't date me anymore and got up and left.
Wow.
I was devastated. He hadn't given me any clues that he was unhappy. I spent the rest of the night crying in my room. Do you think maybe he thought when she said she wanted to go on more trips with her boyfriend that she wasn't talking about him?
That would be awesome.
Like, oh,
That,
I'm just gonna leave then.
that would be amazing to not know that your girlfriend isn't dating somebody else. Are you are you
What
that
a time to break up with someone at a dinner party in front of a bunch of people when they have no clue it's coming.
I don't know. Although the dinner party does sound fun.
Up until that moment,
Well, I mean for them, yeah. Everybody else probably still had a good time.
after that weird moment had passed,
Do you
I'm
think she
sure it
like
got back into it.
she just sat there for the rest of the night, just like looking around, wondering like what the fuck just happened?
I'm sure all the guests did. She spent the night crying in her bedroom.
Yeah, wondering what the fuck happened. That's
Yeah.
so weird.
And just so sudden like that. Like, what are you thankful for? I don't know. Maybe he had a lot of guilt or something and he just couldn't take it anymore. He just had to get the F out.
Or in comparison, he had nothing that good to be thankful for, so he's just like, I'm out. I can't compete.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy of
Yeah.
her.
Better end this now.
Weird.
Or maybe he was thinking, I'm her boyfriend? What
We don't have labels.
happened? Yeah, I don't use that word. Oh, this was a story about you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I put it in there. I just I don't like the label, husband, wife, boyfriend. I say lady friend. Does that work? My lady
Lady
friend.
friend,
My
yeah.
lady friend is coming
Yeah.
over, right? My Hispanic lady friend. My Asian lady friend. Whatever.
Would you use the term partner?
Mm, that makes me sound like I'm dating a dude, you know?
Yeah, that I guess that's a typical term for a same-sex relationship.
Yeah. Which I don't care about. I'm not like, have a phobia or anything like that. It's I
No,
welcome
you
it.
definitely
Whatever.
don't.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I welcome that, but
You would welcome it. You would
yeah.
welcome it.
But yeah, no, partner seems too, I don't know what the word is.
I
Too
think that
flirty,
too, though.
too
Or it seems like too formal, like a business partner or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
Lady friend.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like when I'm playing Call of Duty with the guys and they're like, hey man, you're gonna do a couple more. I was like, no, my lady friend's coming over. And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so we're just gonna play by ourselves. I'm like, yeah, I've got someone else to play with, and it's not Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But we'll talk later. Bye. Yeah, lady friend. And then one of them's like lady boyfriend. And I was like, maybe. I'm not opposed to that either. So maybe she is a lady
Oh,
boy
yeah.
friend.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, you'd welcome it.
Yeah, why not? Wait, is there something wrong with me? Oh, wait, no, there's not. There's something wrong
No.
with everybody else.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
It's like a Calvin and Hobbes. You know of Calvin and Hobbes?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
There's one where Calvin is like kicking things and he's angry and Hobbes is there and he's like, I hate everyone. I hate everyone and everything. I wish I wish I was dead. And then he just stops and he looks over at Hobbes. He's like, no, I wish everybody else was dead. And I was like, that is fucking genius.
Yeah.
I hate everyone and everything. I wish I was dead. Wait a minute. No, I wish everyone else was dead.
Yeah. Big brain.
It's a good way to think. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
it's not healthy,
Think
but
outside the box.
you gotta protect yourself, man. Nobody else is gonna, stick up for you, right?
No, that's true. Not in this day and age. We're kind of all on our own.
Yeah, we are. I fear for
Mm.
my kids' future.
Yeah. I'm
Hope-
sure it'll be fine.
Hopefully, I can give them the right tools to be good people and love themselves.
That's what you need is that self-love, self-worth, confidence. If you can give that to your kids, they'll be further ahead than a lot of people.
Well, I mean, if it rubs off of me onto them, and it's only like 10% of mine, they're gonna be in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sure they'll be fine.
Like confidence, borderline arrogance. Yeah, that's about my level. I'm in. Yeah, could
Hmm.
have some of that rub off.
Yeah. So Mark had started seeing a girl named Beth, and he was very excited. They'd been texting regularly, and things were looking promising. Before they knew it, December had rolled around, and they planned to meet up on New Year's Eve. Mark had another party to attend first, but left early to meet Beth. He arrived just before midnight to find Beth passionately kissing a different boy who Mark was good friends with. He
Ah,
was so angry. He was so angry, he headed out the nearest door of the 10th floor apartment to be by himself for a moment. It turned out he went out onto the fire escape and he got locked in there. Despite dozens of phone calls, it was an hour or so before anybody rescued him. By this point, he had well and truly missed the whole 12 o'clock fun, but then spent the next hour in a cab between two people who couldn't keep their hands off each other. I would say that is a shitty New Year's.
yeah.
His girlfriend cheats on him. He gets locked on a fire escape and then gets stuck in a cab between two frisky people.
See, it's all because you have a label, girlfriend, right? Boyfriend.
Yeah.
If you didn't have that
Yeah.
label, you wouldn't have had this problem.
No. No.
So
He
let
would have
that,
seen it and been like, oh, he made it there first.
yeah, right?
I'll get her next time.
Yeah, maybe. Or he'll just find someone
Maybe.
else.
Yeah.
I just picture him on that fire escape, kicking things, saying how angry he is, how he hates everyone, he wishes he was dead. And then he thinks, wait a minute, I wish everybody else was dead.
Yeah, I wonder where they were because
Probably,
sometimes it's pretty damn cold.
yeah. I'm sure if he didn't have to go to the hospital, he was fine.
Yeah. Well,
Or-
no, I guess he took a cab home with a couple other people.
I don't know if I was him and I was taking a cab home and there was people making out, I would try and worm my way into that to be a three-way. It's like, hey, New Year's, New Year, new me, New Year, new you. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, well, if he's right in the middle of them,
yeah,
why not? I mean,
right?
they didn't ask you to scooch.
No, they
So,
want.
maybe they're hoping that you'll just join.
Hmm. That's a nice thought to leave this on. New
Hmm.
New Year's
Yeah,
threesomes.
a little threesome in the back of a cab.
Huh. Cab driver was probably gonna pull over and be like, can I join? Like, is this like a
A
free for all?
foursome?
Foursome? There's no fare, no fare at all if you guys invite me back there, right? It's all free.
I wouldn't ever be able to make out in the back of a cab. That's
Ever?
kind of creepy.
I don't know.
I think it's creepy.
You're gonna make out
You're
with
just like
random strangers out of a bush. I don't
in
understand
the.
how the cab's any different.
Maybe they're not random.
Oh, you have it all planned out, stalker.
Wasn't that what stalkers are? Don't they find a target? I don't know. I've never stalked anybody or been stalked
Ah, you'll get there
that I
one
know
day.
of.
I've only been stalked once and it was awesome. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
actually, it wasn't awesome, but I mean, it's cool that someone's thinking about you, you know, all the time.
Somebody's always thinking
When,
about you.
when they're sleeping in your backyard, you know, that sort of thing. It's always
You
nice.
don't have to be lonely.
Yeah. If I don't, I could just leave my window open and I could hear them whispering, you know,
Just turn around.
please love me. Please love me. Please acknowledge me. Yeah.
Well, hopefully everybody got a lot of love for the holiday season, Christmas, New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Just remember, don't puke on jackets. Don't lock yourself in a bathroom. Don't get locked on a fire escape. Um, if you're playing two girls,
Don't have high expectations.
oh, there we go. That's so good. Don't have any expectations.
Yeah, then you're not disappointed. And
Wow.
everything is just like, oh, okay. So that's how it's gonna go.
It is what it is, right?
Yep.
Which apparently is a dangerous phrase from a dangerous person. It is what it is. Because
Where's the fun?
they've already decided
Ooh.
that shit, it doesn't matter. They've already decided
Yeah.
that it doesn't matter, which is kind of a dangerous person. Like not in a bad way, like not flying off the handle dangerous, but just like they're they know what's up. That's a smart person. That's a danger right there.
Yeah.
Dangerously intelligent. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it. Just gotta
Yeah, and
let.
they've already accepted it. And
Yeah.
they're
So
ready to
yeah,
accept any consequences or any outcomes.
they're not going to be reasoned with. They're not going to be argued with. They're just going to let it go.
Hmm. Yep.
I
Yeah,
like
it
it.
just is what it is.
I like it.
Hmm. Lower expectations, and it is what it is.
And if you're going to drink water, pop an ibuprofen, and when you wake up in the morning, pour yourself one of those delicious fucking drinks that you had the night before and carry on with your
Yeah.
day. So I think that's it, know-it-alls. New Year's New Year's Eve, New Year, New Me, all wrapped up in a nutshell, whatever that means. I don't know what the phrase means or why it's. Do you get
Yeah.
it? Like in a
New
nutshell?
year, new me. Well, I guess something magical is supposed to happen, and you're just going to suddenly be willing to make those changes that
Yeah.
you never could make for the last however long you've been alive. Just you'll snap into it, and that's it.
And that's a wrap.
You look ready to be done.
Yeah. Peace out, know-it-alls. We'll chat next week, week after, something like that. We got the 100th episode coming up, so get ready.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big one.
That's not what she said. Mhm.